Hello, buddy. Senior engineer, MBA, and investor. And in today's video, fourth straight video in 4 straight days. I've not done this in months, if not in a year potentially. Ginkgo Bioworks announces a new partnership with none other than Google. So we look at the highlights here. Today, Ginkgo Bioworks announced a new partnership with Google Cloud to build a generative AI platform for engineering biology for biosecurity. This is a moment to reflect on the transformations that AI is bringing on biology, the role of AI will play in Ginkgo's mission to make biology easier to engineer. The scope of the AI transformation is so massive that this isn't the first moment to reflect on it, and it won't be the last. These video resources offer more perspective on AI, so we won't go through each of these videos here. But of course, Ginkgo Bioworks, I think everybody knows a little bit about what they do, high level. I mean, I like how they summarize this here, that AI era could be summarized in 3 words. Data is queen. Data is the essential of scarce resources. The power of machine learning applications. Large amount of quality data make the fundamental difference for biological developers who create technologies that work, scale, and reach the market and develop for patients. So it's interesting because this is sort of the model that Tesla, who obviously had nothing to do with biology or biotech, well, actually, they did have some sort of partnership with that biotech company in Germany. I think it was in Germany. But besides that, data has always been king for Tesla. And you make that analogy in the biotech space, and it makes total sense, right? I mean, you look at 2 billion protein sequences in our proprietary DNA base, 5 million plus enzyme designs built and tested in our foundries, 720,000 data points generated in this recent CAR-T experiment, up to 1 million strain screened in a single run. I mean, I can go on and on here. 100,000 plus AAV capsids, partially or extensively characterized for the use of gene therapy. 100 million plus multi-genome edits performed each year. So I can go on and on, but it's very clear that they have a lot of data that they're working with, right? And data means that it needs to be processed, stored somewhere. And this is where Google Cloud comes into play. So we take a look at here the Thomas Kurian, who's CEO of the Google Cloud company, which, again, I remind viewers, Google Cloud is a company under the Alphabet umbrella, just like YouTube is, or Google search, that is. Put it like this. Our strategic partnership with Ginkgo is the first of its kind for Google Cloud, underscoring our confidence that Ginkgo will play a critical and pioneering role in the life sciences space, leveraging AI to reshape humanity's understanding of biology. Lots of big words here. Lots of big words. Not a lot of substance, but obviously here the CEO of Google Cloud is bullish. And, our viewers may think, okay, well, we know the benefits of, Ginkgo for doing this. Obviously, they get attached, and their PR gets attached to Google. Forget about Google Cloud, just Google, period, right? And that's amazing PR. That's an amazing partner to have, right? Although the deals, whatever this partnership is about, hasn't been disclosed, the next question you should ask is, well, why would Google Cloud partner up with Ginkgo? And the answer is really simple. Google Cloud is not even top 3 when it comes to cloud providers in the world. Number 1 is AWS. Number 2 is Azure. Number 3 is actually Alibaba. Number 4 comes Google Cloud. And I would argue that, the number 4 spot is not the best spot to be at, because you can sort of make that argument in many verticals. After top 2, top 3, you pretty much fall off the large margins that, for example, AWS is making, or Azure from Microsoft. So obviously, Google Cloud has an incentive to approach these companies, specifically in the biotech space, and offer these types of deals and partnerships to, have their own PR related to biotech and genomics, right? This would not be the first time Google associate themselves in the the biotech slash CRISPR slash genome editing slash gene therapy slash genomic space. They've made actually investments in genome editing companies in the past, Google Ventures, that is, which again is its own little company in the Alphabet umbrella, which also happens to be the same umbrella that Google Cloud is under. So nothing new, the fact that Google decided to venture in this type of partnership, but it is a great day for Ginkgo Bioworks shareholders. Just as a disclosure, I am not a shareholder of DNA, which obviously is Ginkgo Bioworks stock symbol, ticker symbol. So I am not a investor. So just FYI. We take a look at some of the details here from Jason Kelly, founder and CEO of Ginkgo Bioworks. So nice, excited to announce our partnership with Google Cloud and AI. This is a thread. How does Gen AI model work? First, you train a computer brain called a neural net by giving it access how much human written text as you can get your hands on. This is how PLM2 and GPT-4 learn to speak English. What's cool is the neural net is generic. It doesn't know anything about human languages before it reads all those books. So when Google Bard or ChatGPT write poems, stories, and answer your questions, all based on what neural net learned in those books. DNA is a language of biology, and the books of genomes of every organism is out in nature. Bunch of emojis. I like that. I like emojis. So we're doing the same thing. Train a really big neural net, as many books as we can give it, and then it can speak the language of DNA. Now here's the magic. Why AI will have a bigger impact at DNA in human language. Remember who invented human language? Humans. So computer brains, smart as they are, need to compete with humans on their own turf. But we didn't invent DNA code. We inherited it. So human can't read DNA code well. We can't really write it well either. So with enough data, AI is going to learn to read and write DNA as much better than humans. AI is more likely to beat us at writing DNA to beat us at writing legal text or novel. We should be excited for if AI can write DNA. DNA code is behind half of our new medicines developed each year, biologics, cell and gene therapies, antibodies, and more, as it is the most important agricultural innovations in the last 30 years that keep us fed. Biology can capture carbon, make building materials, advanced materials, cosmetics, new foods, and more. In my view, biology is the place where AI can deliver the most good for a human being. We couldn't be more happier than partnering up with Thomas and the team at Google Cloud on this. The Google has amazing hardware and software resources, the most importantly great people, including Google's pioneering work with AlphaFold, the first AI model to speak DNA. So excited to go bigger together, leveraging Ginkgo's automation to generate even more training data to fine-tune models for many applications of writing DNA. Ginkgo's platform business model means 100 million of investment we are planning to make in the AI will be available to our current and future customers as a service. We can't wait to tell you about it and start our speeding biotech products to market. Reach out to learn more. And now there's a little history here from Kelly's past in 2006, which I won't go over. But this is good. This is good. I like it, guys. I like it. I like it for DNA. I like it for Google Cloud. I like it for everybody involved in this space. This is great. I've always said this many times in this channel. Partnerships make things happen. In fact, Biotech 2K1 on X.com mentioned something really interesting. He or she mentioned that a lot of people thought that Invitae was going to be the next Google of cloud. Next Google of genomic space, but it looks like DNA partnering up with Google sort of solidifies that Google also wants to be the Google of genomics, and that's exactly why they partner with DNA, right? So this is a really smart move from Google, but obviously a great move from DNA, getting that partnership in. The only thing I would be curious about, because these are two public companies, I would love to see the financial side of things behind it. Google Cloud is not cheap, right? Cloud is not cheap, period, right? I just told you guys that the top 3 is making the highest margins, and after that, it gets really tight. So I'm curious to see what is the margins out of this. What is the partnership? What are the deals? Are there stocks involved, or is this just a really a high level partnership with between R&D teams. I would love to see more and more of the financial side of things behind it, because all of this sounds great, but if you don't know the financials of how much, we saw 100 millions of investment, but what is the cost for them to go on cloud, specifically with Google Cloud? I would love to see that. So that's my only say on this type of partnership, but great news overall. And just to end this video, I got this from one of the folks here on X.com, and this is, of course, the same person, founder and CEO of DNA, selling their stock every week, about 100,000 shares. That has been going since a while, for at least a few months. And the founder's been selling their shares, 100K shares worth, 100,000 shares. And you can clearly see in the column here, the next column, the value worth of each of those sales. But that's been happening every single week, not every single month, not every quarter, every single week. And again, Biotech 2K1 sort of said something very, very important to mention, because perspective is very important. And just today alone, we're seeing more shares being traded in the public markets for DNA than the shares that Jason Kelly has sold since the company went public, right? So the accumulation of all the stocks that the shares that Kelly has sold is still less than just today the shares being sold in the public markets from DNA. So I agree with that perspective. So it looks a lot less bad here. But for me, it's all optics, right? Name me one of the successful companies when it comes to companies like Amazon, Google, Tesla, Netflix. Name any of these companies. Look at all these successful companies in their early days in the public market. So within the first 2, 3, 4 years of them being in the public markets, try to find me any of these companies that their founder and CEO sold their stock every week, right? Especially in a downtime market. I just don't see that happening. I never saw that happen. And to me, I think it's the optics. I think it's worth mentioning, right? Like I said, I'm not an investor in DNA. I try to present both information side, guys. As much as I want to present the good things, I want to present the other side of things, because I think it's being fair to our viewers and our community. It's one thing to be biased. It's another thing to be, neutral about information, and sort of that's how you sort of do your own research. That's how you're able to do your own research, when you're able to grasp between what is great and what is bad about a particular company, right? And to me, there's nothing good about what we're seeing here on the screen. Again, perspective matters, but optics do matter as well, right? So I'll end this video like this, guys. Let me know, guys, what do you guys think about this video? What do you guys think about Google and Ginkgo partnership? It's big news in the public markets. Lots of people are talking about it. Let me know in the comments below, guys. As always, subscribe if you've not. I'm getting lots of new subscribers every day. Would help this channel. Like this video, guys. Smash that like button. It helps our videos get viewership in YouTube. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Hopefully the 5th straight video. We'll see. Thank you so much, guys.